Hello, Williamson County. I'm Carrie Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events of the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. We've spent the past couple of months talking about a variety of summer programs that Williamson County Parks and Recreation has coming up. And in just a few short weeks, our summer programs will begin. But we still have even more information to share with you today, including news on our summer day trips for school-aged children and teens, as well as our summer art camps. Joining me for the first half of today's show is Carrie Cartwright. She's a recreation specialist at the Franklin Recreation Complex, and she's here to discuss our JEAPS and Boredom Buster day trips with us. Carrie, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
It's a pleasure to have you in. You're still relatively new with the department, so I appreciate you being willing to come on and talk to us today about some of the additional summer programs that we have planned for literally months now. We have been talking about the vast array of summer programs, from operation of our outdoor pools to general summer day camp, Camp Will, sports camps, and the list just keeps going on and on and on. One of the things that I think is great about the summer activities that we offer, though, is that we do it for such a large age group of children, starting with preschool kids as young as 3, all the way up through high school students and teens. And today we're going to be focusing on some of our activities for those tweens and teens, more older children, and more active-based types of activities that they can participate in over the summer. The first program we want to talk about today is JEAPS. That stands for Junior Excursion Adventure Program. And it's geared up for tweens and teens ages 11 to 15. With this JEAPS program, we offer really more adventuresome one-day trips for older tweens and teens to take over the course of the summer, to get out and to get involved with nature. A lot of our JEAPS trips are nature-oriented. They're very physical. It gives them a chance to move around, maybe do some different activities than what they've been doing over the course of the summer, and in general, just have fun.
Yeah, so we actually have Soar Adventure Park here in Franklin, and that gives the kids an opportunity to go climbing, do some of the tower, and see what their skill levels are. There's different levels of that tower, so they can be on the bottom and start from the beginning and work their way up and just kind of push themselves to get out there and be more adventurous. We also have Whitewater Rafting, which is really cool. And then we have hiking at Cummins Falls, so a lot of different programs that they can really just kind of get out there and have fun.
And have fun with. The great thing about the JEAPS program is that these are all one-day adventure-based trips, so there's minimal commitment as far as scheduling. You pick a day or a date or a time frame that works best for your family, your schedule, and register individually for each of the trips. You guys have trips set up on a weekly basis, starting May 30th and going through August 1st, so hitting that out of school season from the week after right up until the kids go back to school. And it's like you said, you've got this amazing array of different types of active-based trips, starting with a trip to Soar Adventure Tower in Franklin. Then you guys are taking a trip to the Bell Witch Cabin and Cave Tour, along with some tubing. These are different kinds of things that kids maybe don't always get to experience right here in Franklin. With this JEAPS program, we do most of them are centrally based in the Williamson County area, but we do a little bit of traveling as well to kind of get away from the back door a little bit and experience some of the other things around us. And I can remember when I was growing up, the Bell Witch story was big.
Right.
It was something that everybody knew, and having a chance to do some caving and tubing as well is a really fun way to spend the day.
Right, and if you're not into the supernatural, then there's also tubing, and just the experience of going into the cave is really cool. But if you are into kind of that spooky thing, that kind of plays on both sides of that. But that's actually a new trip this year, so we're really excited about it.
You've also got Whitewater Rafting, like you mentioned earlier, Treetop Adventures, then there's Cummins Falls, Foggy Bottom Canoe Trip, which has been a regular on this schedule for a couple of years, but every year kids enjoy it so much that we just have to keep adding it back in. There's a trip to Holiday World in, I think that's Santa Claus, Indiana.
Right, that's our farthest trip. Right.
Which is such a fun place. well, we've never been personally. I mean, we're thinking about taking our first trip to Dollywood, you know, start off on those small little amusement park steps. But all the commercials and stuff that you see in this area for Holiday World always make it seem like Opryland of old to me. I'm really dating myself when I say that I would go to Opryland several times every summer. There's just something about amusement parks. They're always so fun.
Right. That one really is fun.
And then you have an end of summer beach party, which is going to be another exciting time as well at Deer Run Campus and Retreat in Thompson Station.
Yeah.
So a great calendar of events. Again, these are 1 day a week, May through the 1st of August. A ton of different types of trips that you can choose from. Another great thing about this, especially for working parents, is times vary on the departure time for a trip and the return time, but we provide before and after care from 7:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. So especially for working parents, when you know you need a full day's participation or involvement for your child, these JEAPS programs really work so well. In the before hours or after hours of a trip, your child is kept at the Franklin Recreation Complex. That's where drop-off for all of these trips happens, as well as the pickup. And so before a trip, they could be playing 9 square in the gymnasium or some other physical kind of activity. And then same thing when they come back in the afternoons. We provide games, instruction, and supervision until you pick up.
Right.
So very affordable as well. A lot of these trips vary in price depending on the trip excursion itself, what admission rates are to the various locations, odds and ends, but they are somewhere in the ballpark of $35 to $55 a trip. Some of them, that does include meals, and some of it doesn't, but there is a complete listing of these trips and specific program information that's available through our website at wcparksandrec.com, or if you pick up one of our printed summer camp guides at one of our 5 main recreation facilities. Registration is currently open and available for all these programs, and you can register through the website as well.
And also the contact person for that is Chase Cribbs, so he can be reached at the Fairview Recreation Facility, and his number is 615-799-9331, and his extension is 2315.
Perfect. I will say, though, space is limited for each of these trips based off of our ability for transportation. So if you are looking into any of these programs or want to get your child registered for any of these, register in advance, and we hope to see you on one of our JEAPS trips this summer. JEAPS is just one of 2 day trip programs, though, that we offer over the course of the summer. The department also has another program called Boredom Busters. These are also 1 day trips that are scheduled throughout the summer. These are basically designed so that parents don't have to hear the "Mom, I'm bored," or at least we hope that you don't.
Yeah.
I take that back. You're going to hear it. We just hope you don't have to hear it too many times.
Right.
But this is an idea that Laurie Camunin and the rest of the programming division came up with 2 years ago to try to take some of the JEAPS programs and expand it and offer it to a wider range of children. Whereas JEAPS is just for children 11 to 15, Boredom Busters has 2 separate age groups for children 6 to 10 and then for children 11 to 15. We are able to do more trips through the Boredom Busters program. So we actually have, I'm just going to count them up real quick, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trips total planned over the course of the summer, starting June 1st through August the 3rd, on a variety of dates and times, and they're going all over the place. Very similar to JEAPS, but with a much more expanded calendar of programs, right?
Right. We have the Nashville Zoo. That's our first trip that we're going on, so they'll be outside and, you know, get to see all the different kinds of animals in those exhibits. And then we have Sky Zone and Franklin Lanes, so they get to jump on the trampolines indoor, and then they also get to do some bowling too, so a little bit more laid back kind of trip. We also have the Franklin Theater, so they will go watch a movie, you know, get some popcorn and have some candy and that sort of thing. definitely a laid-back trip. And then Nashville Shores, they can swim all day, you know, go on the different rides, and that's outdoors again. So we're indoor and outdoor on these trips, you know, a little bit of variety on different kinds of activities that they can participate in. We also have Strike and Spare and the Holder Family Fun Center. So those are more bowling, skating, a variety of activities all in one place, and they can kind of hang out with their friends and just do different things. We also have Beach Bend Amusement Park, so much like Holiday World, they get to, you know, ride amusement park rides and things like that. And then Camp Widgie is our end of the year beach bash. So they'll get to go climbing, zip lining, and also hang out at the beach.
Tons of fun things going on here. You guys are also going to the Tennessee Aquarium, the Brentwood Skate Center. I mean, on and on and on. The list goes on and on and on. And I like how these were set up on Thursdays, and the majority of your JEAPS programs are on Tuesdays. So families can actually blend these two programs together if they're looking for multiple options for kids, you know, of different age groups.
Right.
These trips are also kept very, very affordable. They're between $28 and $45, depending on the trip that you register for and the associated costs with it. Just like JEAPS, all of these trips have check-in and pick-up from the Franklin Recreation Complex. So I'm trying to keep a centralized location so that families from across Williamson County can participate in both of these programs. Just like with JEAPS, before and after care is provided from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. With the Boredom Buster camps, or the Boredom Buster day trips, we do keep a 10-to-1 staff ratio, just like with our general summer day camp. So your children are monitored and supervised throughout the whole day when we take them on these excursions, as well as their time at the Franklin Rec Center. A lot of people are kind of curious sometimes about what to bring for these trips. I mean, these are basically what your kid would do on a school field trip day. But walk us through some of the essentials that, you know, they might need to bring with them each time.
So depending on the trip, some of the venues actually provide us lunch. So for those trips, you would just need, you know, maybe some money for extra snacks, or if we're going somewhere with a gift shop, if they want to buy some souvenirs and things like that. For the trips that don't provide the lunch, they will need to bring a sack lunch. And then for like Nashville Shores and Camp Widgie, they would need to bring an extra change of clothes for when they go to the beach or in the pool. And then sunscreen,
all of that
course,
kind of outdoor, you know, your outdoor survival kit.
Right. And then closed-toed shoes is always a good idea, because when we are outside or if we're at the zoo and we're doing a lot of walking that day, it's just a good idea to kind of be prepared, you know, dressed for the weather and things like that.
Perfect. Well, again, more information about all of our Boredom Buster day trips is also available through our website. Registration is going on there as well. Space for these trips is limited as well, so if you're interested in them, register in advance, and we hope to see you this summer at one of our JEAPS or Boredom Buster day trips. Kerri, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all stay tuned. When we come back, we have even more summer programs to talk about with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department.
Military life is rewarding, but it isn't always easy.
Managing the stress can affect even the strongest warrior.
But I will stay mission ready.
I will keep my mind and body fit.
Talk to my chaplain.
Be there to listen.
I will.
Know the signs.
Seek care early.
Talk to my healthcare provider. Be there to help, listen, and get you through this.
I will motivate others.
Strive for progress, not perfection.
I will be there for my buddies, no matter what.
Be there for our veterans, no matter what.
And I've got your back too.
I will keep our family safe while you're away.
I will think of you every night.
We're in this together.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this. Take the first step.
There's no better time than now.
Reaching out is a sign of strength. Visit realwarriors.net or call 866-966-1020.
Welcome back to It's About You. We're talking today about even more summer programs offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. For the second half of our show today, I'm joined by Shelley Egly. She also is a recreation specialist working at the Franklin Recreation Complex, and she's here today to talk about some of our summer art programs. Shelley, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for allowing me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here, and it's great to have you as a part of our team now. For several years, you've been an actual art instructor working out of a couple of our rec centers across Williamson County. And when your predecessor, Cindy Moore, retired, we were fortunate enough to be able to pull you in full time to work with the department in organizing some of our fine art programs, as well as some of our general recreation programs. And so we're happy to have you here and what you are going to do for our department in exploring the fine arts. And we'll start off today talking about the summer art camps. Like what we mentioned with Kerri earlier, our summer topics could just go on forever.
They do.
There's so many different programs that we offer over the course of the summer. And this is our 7th or 8th summer that we've specifically done a section of summer art camps. And it's always amazing to see the popularity grow in these programs, and I'm continually jealous year after year that there are so many creative and expressive kids out there, or kids who maybe think they're not artistic, or they feel, I don't want to say scared by it, but just are uncertain or unfamiliar with it, and you get a chance to work with them and bring out that inner artist in them and show them that they have this amazing gift.
Absolutely, yes. We're very excited about all of the arts and crafts camps that we have going on at each facility. They're taking place at Franklin Rec Center, Fairview, Longview, and Nolensville, and even some at the Enrichment Center that opened a couple of months ago. We'll have some camps for kids too.
So spreading them out all over Williamson County, trying to really offer as many opportunities to families and specific communities of the county as we can, so that their kids have an opportunity to experience the fine arts. Camps are set up for children ages 3 and up, so we're working with preschool kids, school-age children, tweens and teens, and there is a tremendous variety of different types of art camps that we do. We won't have time to list them all, but let's talk about some of the specific ones that you have coming up, and some of the types of things that are included in this summer art program.
Okay, so we have, a large variety of themed art camps. Some of them are printmaking, some of them are sculpture, some of them are drawing, some of them are illustrating, some of them are purely painting camps. We have a program that is called Color Wheels, and they have preschool camps, so those are for ages 3 to 6, and they have art camps that are themed like Curious George, bubble guppies, things that are in a preschooler's world right now, popular.
So even if you don't think, well, my kid's not very artistic,
right?
These are just meant to be more fun, expressive types of camps for kids.
Yes.
And you gear them around so many different types of different kinds of programs where they're automatically going to have some kind of association with it. There's so many kids who just would be like, ooh, a Bubble Guppies camp. They're not caring so much that it's a painting camp or whatever.
Not at all.
It's something relatable and fun for the kids.
Yes, and as far as the Color Wheels camps go, it's a variety of art experiences. It's painting, it's sculpting, it's drawing, it's assemblage, it's just a variety of things. And then we get into some more camps that are more specific to sculpting. There's a teen sculpting camp that's going on in Nolensville, and that is specifically having to do with sculpting with foil, sculpting with Sculpey material, sculpting with plaster, sculpting with wire. So if you have a child that's more inclined towards wanting to sculpt and really make something with their hands, they'll go home with 3 or 4 projects of something that they've created. And then there is a camp specifically at the Franklin Rec Center that is all about acrylic painting. So every day they paint on canvases, or they might paint on a tote bag, or they might paint on an apron, and that is an under the sea themed camp. So they'll paint a fish or a dolphin or a crab. So they're always doing something with acrylic paints, and a lot of kids love that. And then we have some new camps that have been added recently at the Enrichment Center and at Fairview, and potentially at Longview too. And these are with a company called Young Rembrandts, and they are strictly an illustrating and drawing camp, but one of them has to do with technology and your favorite apps and your favorite games, and they take from the technology that we have on our phones and our computers, and they're teaching the kids how to illustrate that way, to illustrate around a theme of a video game that they might like Minecraft. They'll help them create an illustration along those lines. Young Rembrandts also has a pastel camp going on where they're learning to draw and illustrate with pastels. And then, other than that, there is a printmaking camp in Nolensville. It's all about prints and the variety of things that you can use to make prints. And then, the list just goes on.
On and on. Well, as a parent, I love how this is set up, because it seems like the preschool programs and for the younger children, they're set up to be more introductory and just kind of introducing your child to a variety of fine art mediums where they can try a little bit of everything. And then as kids get older, the themes of these camps seem to hone in more on what their particular interest might be, and then really getting a chance to develop that.
Exactly, and that's where, parents can look through the online list and in our summer camps magazine, and they can select things that their child is interested in and register them for these specific camps.
And I also like the variety of different mediums that we offer, because there is a lot in the sense of kind of the historical definition of the fine arts with painting and sculpting, but then we're expanding that even further and adding in those newer forms of art in graphic design and digital work, things like that, to kind of hopefully meet a level of interest in every developing artist.
Yes, there's some popularity gaining with what's called assemblage art, and so that's kind of loose parts and connecting those to create an art piece. And one of our teachers, Miss Amy, she has what she calls an I Spy art camp going on, and so she'll take bits and pieces of things that are probably in your junk drawer at home, and she'll combine them to create an art piece, and those are fantastic. You can come to the Franklin Rec Center and see one of those. So she has a camp going on along those lines, and then there's another camp too that is emphasizing the assemblage.
It's just amazing to me how some people can see the world. Because you're right, I would look in my junk drawer and think, well, this is junk I need to throw away. I just put it in the junk drawer so I don't have to deal with it right now. I don't have the eye that can look at it and see art, and to know that someone else can, and can take what other people view as discards or junk or whatever and say, but no, if you spend a little bit of time with it, you can turn it into art.
Yes, and so she'll teach them, exactly how they can do that.
That's what I need to clean out my house. I need to send my daughter to an assemblage.
Yes.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's right.
I need to send her to an assemblage camp.
Yes.
And then I will no longer have junk in my house. I will have art.
You will.
I'm so glad she can do that and not me. This is it. Well, the list does go on and on. Shelley did reference our summer camp activity guide again. There are literally pages in this book of different types of art camps that are taking place at various locations around the county, like Shelley emphasized earlier, at the Franklin Recreation Complex, the Fairview Recreation Complex, the Nolensville Recreation Complex, the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill, and some recently added summer art camps at the Williamson County Enrichment Center at Academy Park. That's located just south of downtown Franklin off of Columbia Avenue. That information was not put into this magazine, but information is available inside our facilities if you'd like to pick up flyers or hard copies there, or you can also access it online through our website at wcparksandrec.com and get additional information about all the particulars, dates, times, costs, all that good stuff. These art camps are spread out all across the summer in June and July. They're for a variety of ages, again, 3 up to high school students. Most of these, though, are just a couple hours a day for maybe 2 to 5 days. So they're not a full day's activity like some of the other trips we've talked about today, but they're nice ways to kind of put a little bit of activity into your summer without a huge commitment.
Absolutely.
Pricing for them was kept economical as well. Prices vary based on the type of camp, the supplies needed, the time frame, but costs are included with the registration information for all of these programs. So you can see that as well.
Absolutely.
Great. And then this is just a section of some of the different types of camps that we offer over the course of the summer. I know, like we've talked about earlier, we've talked about a ton of different types of programs that the department will have this summer, but some of the things we haven't really gotten a chance to go in detail with yet include some of our specialty camps. There are literally pages of information in our summer camp activity guide of the different types of specialty camps that we have. It is everything from anime, marine biology, young architects, Iron Chef cooking camp, runway fashion design, Jurassic Dino World, Jedi training camp, a robot workshop, rocket science and astronomy, junior detectives, mindfulness for teens. That's going to be a fun camp.
Yes, I want to be in that one.
I was about to say, can they do mindfulness for adults?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that one myself. There's also a chess camp, balloon animal camp, where they learn how to make balloon animals.
Yes.
There's a whole section of camps on Rad Kids, which is the Children's Self-Defense and Safety Program. Very important for everyone these days. We have a series of Smart Kid one-on-one camps, which include Polite Kids 101, Safe Kids 101, and babysitting. So lots of great opportunities there. These always kind of remind me of like the Miss Manners camps.
Yes.
But they're still the things that
Or
you want
safe
your
sitters,
kids to know.
yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Safe sitters, just like that too. And then there's a series of youth tech camps in addition to the other camps that you were talking about that have been added at the Fairview Center.
Right.
We also have a series of youth tech camps that include video game design, 3D game design, animation, iCode, iGame creators, gaming academy, movie makers, and web design.
Right.
So some of these are things you might not think of as the arts, but our specialty camp program really offers an amazing variety of all different kinds of camps for a level of children's interests and possibly some adults.
Yes.
So some of the parents might be hanging out outside of camp, seeing what they can pick up out of the movie makers camp or the web design camp.
Right, or the coding, like that's such a big thing right now, so that's been a popular one.
Very much so. Again, all this great information is available through our website at wcparksandrec.com, or you can visit any one of our main centers for additional information. Shelley, I can't thank you enough for coming in today. It's been great to have you here. We look forward to seeing you again the next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I want to thank Carrie Cartwright for joining us today as well and sharing information about our JEAPS and Boredom Buster Day Trip programs. Information about those camps and programs as well is available through our website, as well as all of our other programming offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. In addition to all these summer programs, don't forget we still have our ongoing recreation classes, athletic leagues, clinics, and general programming going on, as well as our group fitness and health and wellness classes. When we say there's something for everyone, we truly mean it, or at least we hope that there is. And if there's not, there's also a comment section on our website where you can let us know what you would like to see through your community parks and recreation department. Also, be sure to follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube for additional information about department programs, plus photos and videos of all of our exciting offerings. I want to thank you guys as well for joining us today. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.